Okay, great. All right. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for stomaching the queues to get here today. Let's not waste any time and let's get into the session of today, which is going to be about social media. So, like I've mentioned, this is going to be my last public keynote. I'm going to be in South Africa. I'm going to be doing some others out of the country. So, I hope you guys take as much notes as possible because other countries are executing what we're sharing. So this is going to be quite informative. So before we get into a bit of detail about social media, I thought maybe let's run into about who South Africa is. Started this company back in 2011, June, July, and then in November later that year I read the National Development Plan for South Africa, where South Africa plans to go by the year 2030. So there's a lot of things that still need to be done as a country, and technology has been a great catalyst for this. I got a picture of 100 Rand because that's the capital budget I had to start this company back then, and it has grown quite aggressively since. So the power of social media can truly bring in a return on investment. So what we do at South Africa, we day trade information. We are on the internet on a 24-hour basis, looking at different countries and engagements and seeing what people are doing on a global level, as well as what South Africans are doing and how we can assist different industries. So what we do is, for example, in the education institutions that we have here today, we would assess and look at your counterparts around the world, what they're currently doing, what execution strategies per faculty, what results are students giving them back, and try and set out case studies here in South Africa. Just simply based on what I said, those are things that you can do going back within your teams after the sessions. So we also assist and help to grow businesses and brands on social media more aggressively. We've helped and assist corporates and government on the largest scale in our past 6 years of market and trade. So in order for us to understand where the internet and the landscape of social media and technology is, let's go back in history to a biblical time of Babylon, where a time where people and civilizations lived together as one, communicated, and they built empires based on living together. And as the books were told, these people were separated by God over the ages with different languages and spread all over the world. Now, if you fast track to where we are today, the world has expanded. More people are living on this earth across the continents with more understanding. And we have the tool of the internet that brings us together. The ability to connect back to what we originally planned out to have in place. So the internet is truly changing, defining the way how we move in a society going forward. And we're currently living in not just an age of confusion, but an age of understanding, knowing the gifts and talents we have, knowing the earth is not flat, knowing that we can make use of resources as it is out there. Welcome. Great. So past and future. So take it back to when before television, before radio, print media was out there. In the old days, kings and priests would always stand up on high platforms, and congregations of people would come together, and they would, whatever word was shared was taken as fact and truth because there was that element of trust. But as history shows, a lot of that has been used for slavery, for limitations, just to generate profit from people's hard labor. When people had access to the written word, they had access to understanding for themselves, which gave them the ability to tap into their own mind and to new elements of their brain, which then sparked out the Industrial Revolution, which then gave us television, which gave us aircrafts, which gave us everything we have in the past few hundred years where we are today. And looking at the state of where we are today, the internet is this main platform that allows us to communicate, whereas television, radio, billboards are one forms of medium that attract certain audiences. The internet is a platform that can engage on all those mediums all at once to different groups of people. A lot of people are questioning and asking about social media. Oh, social media is separate to the internet. The social media age and decades we're living in is the internet right now. It is Internet 2.0, community building. More people are going onto the internet like Facebook and Twitter compared to when things were back in the 90s and early 2000s, where we had small groups of people communicating online. Things were more like website visits, blog chats. Now people and content information is all shared in your news feeds. And how that affects brands, businesses, and education institutions like yourself, well, you need to start taking a more stronger approach in how to share and disseminate your information in the internet. So we're going to be running into a bit of principles and practicals and keynote points and punchlines in between this whole conversation and discussion I'm going to have. Keep it very short and simple. These slides are pretty chilled. So at any point, if you do have any questions, raise your hand. We could always get into it. Seeing that this is a bit of a focused environment. But let's get into that a bit later on. So www. As much as there's Facebook, Twitter, and all these platforms, and us as an agency, we always advocate it. It's like pretty much telling a mechanic telling you, don't bring your car in for a service. But social media platforms are important right now, but most importantly is your website. If that foundational of your website is not in place, if you're not generating content, if you're not ensuring all your links and everything is in an easy, accessible point for your users to understand, then you're going to be falling short when you do promotions on social media. Once this age of social media does tend to fade out or transcend to something different, your website is still going to be there. So it's kind of like when you have storms and hurricanes going through your neighborhood and country, but your house still stands. Your website is that house. So does anyone know what these two icons are, or can give a shout out? You probably used it getting here this morning.
It's Google Maps.
Great. So the one is Google Maps on your left-hand side, and on the right is Google Analytics. So Google Maps, geolocations are very important, very interesting. If you are in an educational institution that has various different faculties or universities around the country, it's good to Google Map point this out and look at the geographical location where you placed at and have an eagle's eye view on executing content, whether you're looking to target just a radius of where you are or you're looking at a national perspective. It also helps you to look and know where your competitors and people that can assist and work with you are at. From a Google Analytics point of view, without making use of social media and your website to an advanced level, analytics is that tool to help you to know that what message you're putting out, you're getting a response. Putting a billboard on the N1 with a great content, great copy, you don't really know what people are feeling at the time. With analytics, you get that response. You know how long someone's actually looking at a certain part of your page, what clicks they're actually doing, what call to actions are being followed on. And that behavior allows you to improve on your content calendars as well as in content you have on your website. Cool. Everyone got me so far? Good? Ma'am, you okay? Good. Okay. So Facebook, we all know what Facebook is. A lot of us have been on this platform or still using it. This is well over 1 billion users now since they've been out and about. Started off as an alumni application with a university up in America, now grown to a global utility and facility. Facebook Live, which is a new feature added on Facebook, is quite important. It allows you to do live stream sessions of discussion. So if you have a faculty meeting, if you have a keynote being addressed, if there's a council meeting that needs to be recorded and the attendance are not great, but that message is important, Facebook Live allows you to record that live content. Just last night I was watching a Facebook Live video that started at 12:30 last night because it was 6:30 p.m. in New York. And it showed an individual that did a live stream, but he pre-recorded the message and he used software technology to Facebook Live it. So he lived it via camera, but the camera output was pushed through recorded video. So you can make use of this live functionality for your own benefits. Yes?
Does this Facebook Live go to everybody on your Facebook page?
Yes. So it goes to everyone on that Facebook page that likes your page and notifies them immediately. Hashtag South Africa is live right now. Please start building, and your Facebook Live video will actually let you know, keep going, we're building up an audience for you, keep doing it, and you'll actually see the numbers growing. And it's also good to start asking people questions and stuff during your Facebook Live, like, where about are you right now? Even though you don't really care about it, it's helping to boost up your engagement. Yeah. But sparking conversations for interest will be good. When you have panel discussions, at this point in time, we'd like to take questions from our social media audience. Immediately, you can have your MC go and bring you questions. That's it, the likes and the hearts, it's showing you real time how people are feeling. So you'll have likes and hearts and things going on. As soon as you have someone that's really bad by media or bad received, you'll just see bad faces popping up. And it's great because you're getting a real life response rather than that fake smile sitting in an audience by people. So has anyone done Facebook Live before as yet? I hope to see you guys definitely do something like this maybe before the year's out or in the new year. So let me know and I'll definitely watch your videos. So Facebook is going to be progressing. This is where you're going to get real bang for your buck. Compared to all other digital platforms and advertising budgets, you'll get real value on Facebook. But keep in mind that if your management and senior management are just looking to know that your page has 100,000, 1 million likes, the strategy has changed now. All right, these companies are all IPO listed companies. You can have a page of 800 likes or 1,000 likes, but if you're doing boost strategies more effectively, boost strategies are like promoting a single piece of content to a specific audience. What I try and do is I take an ad set and I break it down, so like age group, demographic, geographical location, and interest, and cluster them into little boxes. So I'll be like ad set 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and each one's targeting a different audience, setting the budget at like 5,000 Rand and dividing it over the few, let it run for a period of a few days, and then you assess. This is like the JC, like the stock market, but with ads and a live platform. Once you do that, you'll be able to assess and go back to management and show them, guys, based on what you've given me, this is the results we had. Just for the last week, we ran 2 events of which we reached 24 million people in a matter of 4 hours. And that was a team of 3 people. That's more than DSTV and SABC would do for a certain show done with a team of a few people. And we target not just South Africa, but North America, Europe, parts of Asia, parts of South America. So you're not restricted when it comes to executing strategy. So Twitter is quite a hot topic right now. They are in the process of buyouts and communication. I thought I'd put in some quick punch points on this presentation because Twitter is also known as a fast content platform. So firstly, Japan might be saving Twitter from its buyout. That's a bit of economical news. They've been looking to be purchased by a few companies. So the reason why I share this is because a lot of people are holding back on spending time and effort on Twitter. Most importantly, if Twitter is there or is not there in the future, there will be platforms that will rise up like Twitter, because it's a platform for free speech. It's a platform for people to speak their mind uncensored. Governments have tried to stop Twitter in certain countries during revolutions, but Twitter always survived and gave people a voice. It's when you're looking at formulating your content strategy, all right, when you're looking at the different types of messages you put out there, what I always try to do and put in place when we're doing our content strategies is I'm always looking at a 3-tier system. So I've got my foundational content, I have informative content, and I have developing content. So let's say